Good morning, Mr. Robert. So today, me, Brian, Farrell, and Brendan are going to make a video about um, last semester test. So the first one is the skill that I've learned in my life are driving skills and public speaking. By learning how to drive, I can go to any place, wherever and whenever I want it, without having to bother my parents or waste money on Grab or any online transportation. With public speaking skills, I know how to talk to a lot of people and persuade them in businesses or any other things. It also gave me confidence when talking to higher ups or a job interview so I don't feel awkward or insecure. Solutions for people often feel stressed at work are by implementing these strategies. First one is organizations that create a more supportive and productive work environment, identifying and addressing the source of stress, managing workloads effectively, and enhancing work-life balance, and fostering a positive work atmosphere are key steps in mitigating stress. Regular team building activities and recognizing employee achievement not only boost morale but also contribute to a cohesive and motivated workforce. These measures collectively help in reducing stress and improving overall productivity and well-being within the workplace. So, thanks.
Number one, in my life, I learned a variety of skills, including natural language understanding, information retrieval, and contextual reasoning. These skills allow me to understand and respond to a wide range of queries and engage in meaningful conversation with others like you. Number two, while I don't speak in the traditional sense, I'm interactive with a large group indirectly through platforms and interfaces that distribute my response to many people simultaneously. This could include chat interface on website, messaging apps, or even virtual assistant in a various device.
Yes, I've once done a public presentation to a group of people, my friends, teacher, and other random people. I was presenting about how to become more confident and stop being a people pleaser. It was a nerve-wracking experience for me personally because I'm not a very confident and interpret person, but I've been through public speaking training before, so I have what it takes to just stand in front of lots of people and talk about my topics. My training involved speaking in public once every week to and to the transportation to get from BSD to PIC by public transportation takes about 3 hours. You first take the KRL from Rawabuntu to Manggarai, but before that you take a transit stop in Tanah Abang. From Manggarai station you continue the trip to Jakarta Kota station, and after that you take a bus straight to PIC, but it takes over 2 hours to arrive there. All of that costs for only 1500 rupiah, but the cons for this cheap trip are the expensive expense hours. Okay, so moving on to number two, the image that taken is The World's End. This image is a promotional poster for the movie The World's End, which is directed by Edgar Wright, who is also known for directing Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. The poster features a group of characters standing in a dynamic, action-packed pose against the backdrop of a fiery explosion. Prominently in the center is Simon Pegg, holding up a pint of beer, symbolizing the central theme of the film, which revolve around a pub crawl. To his right is Nick Frost, also in a determined stance, along with other cast members, including Rosamund Pike and Martin Freeman, each holding various weapons, indicating that they are ready for a confrontation. The background is filled with dramatic elements, meteor streaking across the sky, and a line of blue-lit figures advancing towards the group, suggesting an impending threat. The pub sign For the World's End is visible on the left side, reinforcing the movie's title. The tagline, "Prepare to get annihilated," at the bottom hints at the film's apocalyptic and comedic tone. The overall design of the posters conveys a sense of urgency, adventure, and camaraderie. encapsulating the film's blend of action, comedy, and science fiction. Next.
In this image, we see a professional setting where four individuals are engaged in a formal interaction. The focal point of this scene is a handshake between two people, symbolizing a successful agreement or the beginning of the collaborative relationship. The man on the right, dressed in a navy blue suit, white shirt, and a straight tie, is reaching across the table to shake hands with the woman on the left, who is wearing a cream-colored blazer and glasses. Both are smiling, indicating a positive and cordial atmosphere. Standing behind them are two other individuals, also dressed in a business attire, who are observing the handshake with approving expression. The man in the middle, sporting a gray suit and a maroon tie, has a pleasant demeanor, suggesting satisfaction with the proceeding. The woman next to him, in a light gray suit and white gloves, is also smiling, reinforcing the sense of successful and amicable meeting. The background featuring large window that let in the natural light, creating a bright and open environment. The overall mood of the picture is professional and optimistic, highlights terms of cooperation, agreement, and positive business relation.
In the picture about the royal family, picture features the Spanish royal family standing in a formal setting, showcasing their elegant attire and poised demeanor. From left to right, the family members are Princess Leonor, King Felipe VI, Queen Letizia, and Princess Sofia. Princess Leonor is dressed in a charming pink dress with a red floral pattern paired with red ballet flats, and her long blonde hair falls loosely around her shoulders. King Felipe VI, standing tall and dignified, wearing a dark suit with a blue tie, accentuated by a royal medal pinned to his lapel. Beside him, Queen Letizia exudes grace in a sleeveless light blue dress that cinches at the waist, complemented by baggy heels and a matching clutch, with her dark hair elegantly styled in an updo. Princess Sofia on the far right mirrors her sister's style with a knee-length white dress featuring a subtle bow, and she completes her look with baggy shoes. The family stands in front of intricately designed chairs with golden accents and an elaborate tapestry backdrop, indicating a regal and historic environment, likely within a palace. This composition highlights the unity and sophistication of the Spanish royal family during an official engagement. So now we're going to discuss about some factors that create stressful situations in our life. We all experience stress differently, but there are some common themes we can explore. How about we start with health? Farel?
Sounds good. Health is definitely a big one when you're not feeling well. It's hard to focus on anything else. Last semester I was sick during finals and it was a nightmare trying to keep up with my studies.
That's rough, Farel. Health issues really do take a toll. Last year, my sister had a health scare and it affected our whole family. Managing doctor visits, treatment, and just worry itself was incredibly stressful. Health can impact every part of our life, and when health issues arise, they often bring financial stress along with them. Speaking of which, money is another major stressor. How do you both feel about that? Financial stress is a constant for me. Between the mortgage and the expenses and trying to save for the study, it feels like there's always something to worry about. It's a delicate balance to keep everything in check.
I'm right there with you. As a student, money is always on my mind. Tuition fees, study loans, and balancing a part-time job with my studies are a lot to handle. It's hard to stay focused on school when you are worried about finance.
Absolutely. Money worries can be overwhelming, And family dynamics can add another layer of stress, whether it's managing relationships or responsibilities. Family can be both a support system or a source of stress. Definitely. I love my family, but there's always something that needs my attention. Like studying and home responsibilities can be exhausting, and when there's any kind of conflict, it just adds to the stress.
For me, family expectation can be stressful. They mean well, but sometimes the pressure to meet their standards feels overwhelming. Balancing their expectation with my own goals is challenging.
Family dynamics can are tricky for sure, and then there's work or studies, but can be significant sources of stress. How do you manage stress from your daily responsibilities?
It's challenging. I try to stay organized with a planner and take breaks to avoid burnout, but it's easier said than done. There's always something more to do. I can relate. At at study, prioritizing tasks and setting boundaries has helped, but there's always pressure to get more done. It feels like there's never enough time in a day. That's a common feeling. And lastly, thinking about the future can be a major source of stress. Uncertainty about what lies ahead can be daunting. Absolutely, yeah. I worry a lot about what comes after graduation. Will I find a job in my field? Will I be able to pay off my loans? It's a lot to think about. The future is always on my mind, providing for me myself and planning for another study and wondering if I'm making the right choices. It's a lot of pressure to deal with. It really is, but it's important to remember that we're not alone in facing these stressors. Sharing our experience and coping strategies can make difference. Agreed. It's helpful to talk about it and realize that others are dealing with similar issues. Definitely, it's reassuring to hear different perspective, and now we are all in this together. Anytime. Let's keep supporting each other and finding ways to manage stress better. So, for topic number 4, we're going to talk about what is more important, earning money or enjoying your job. So, I've been thinking about what comes after graduation. Do you guys think it's more important to earn a lot of money or to really enjoy what you do? That's a tough one, Brandon. In UX UI design, there's a definitely potential to make a good money, especially with the test companies. But honestly, I rather enjoy what I do. Spending so many hours a day on something you hate just isn't worth it. I agree, Farrell. I'm really passionate about illustration, and I know it might not be the most lucrative path right away, but I can't imagine doing something else just for the paycheck. Enjoying my work is definitely more important to me. I hear you both. Branding can be really exciting and creatively fulfilling, but there are also corporate jobs that pay well. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth compromising a bit passion for financially stability. That's a good point. Financial stability is important, especially when we have bills to pay and student loans to consider. But I think there's a middle ground. Finding a job that pays enough to live comfortably while still being enjoyable might be the key. Exactly. It's all about balance. Maybe starting out we'll have to take jobs that aren't perfect, but we can always work towards roles that align more with our passion as we gain experience and skills. And let's not forget about the potential for growth within a company. Sometimes starting in a less than ideal position can lead to better opportunities as we improve ourselves and build our careers. True. Plus, working in a field you enjoy can make you more motivated and productive, which can lead to promotion and raises. Position can drive success in ways the money alone can. Also, we need to consider the work environment. A high paying job in a toxic environment can really be draining, while a supportive and creative workplace can make even a lower paying job much more satisfying. Definitely, the people you work with and the company culture play a huge role in a job satisfaction. It's not about the money, it's about overall well being and happiness. And there are always side projects to freelance opportunities. Even if your main job isn't perfect, you can still pursue your position on the side and potentially turn those into opportunity down the line.
That's a great point. Freelancing can be a way to bridge the gap between financial stability and passion. It gives you the flexibility to work on projects you love and build a diverse portfolio. I'm glad we're having this conversation. It's made me realize that while money is important, it's not the only factor. Enjoying what we do and finding a balance is crucial for long-term happiness and success.
Same here. It's interesting to know that we don't have to choose one over the other completely. We can aim for a balance and adapt as our career progress.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing this up, guys. It's good to hear everyone's perspective and figure out what matters most to us as we move forward. So, thank you, Mr. Robert. And this is the end of our speaking conversation for last semester test. Thank you.
Mr. Robert.